I've interviewed most of the assistants to the president. I've interviewed most of the people in the communications team in the White House. And what the president and I would like to tell everybody, we have a very, very good idea of who the leakers are, who the senior leakers are in the White House. But the White House leaks are small potatoes relative to things that are going on with leaking things about Syria or North Korea or leaking things about Iraq. Those are the types of leaks that are so treasonous that 150 years ago people would have actually been hung for those types of leaks. And the leaking won't stop. I can't have a couple of friends up from Fox and Friends and Sean Hannity, who's one of my closest friends, to dinner with the president and his first lady without it being leaked in 7 minutes. It's absolutely, completely, and totally reprehensible. And as you know from the Italian expression, the fish stinks from the head down. But I can tell you two fish that don't stink, okay? And that's me and the president. I don't like the activity that's going on in the White House. I don't like what they're doing to my friend. I don't like what they're doing to the president of the United States or their fellow colleagues in the West Wing. Now, if you want to talk about the chief of staff, we have had odds. We have had differences. When I said we were brothers from the podium, that's because we're rough on each other. Some brothers are like Cain and Abel. Other brothers can fight with each other and get along. I don't know if this is repairable or not. That will be up to the president. So if Reince wants to explain that he's not a leaker, let him do that. There are people inside the administration that think it is their job to save America from this president. Okay, that is not their job. Their job is to inject this president into America and so that he can explain his views properly and his policies so that we can transform America and drain the swamp and make the system fairer for the middle and lower income people. He's looking at these sanctions right now. He may decide to veto the sanctions and be tougher on the Russians than the Congress.
Oh, so you think that if he vetoes it, it's because he wants something tougher than what they have in the sanctions bill?
He may sign this. He may sign the sanctions exactly the way they are, or he may veto the sanctions and negotiate an even tougher deal against the Russians. He has a counterintuitive, counter-punching personality. And I'm never going to dishonor my parents by doing something wrong. These guys have oppoed me for 6 months. They're scratching their head. They can't find anything, okay? 29 years on Wall Street and an Italian last name, not one trading violation, not one U4 violation, not one ADV Part 1 or Part 2 violation. They can't find anything because I would never dishonor my dad by hurting my last name by doing something stupid for money or for power.